Quote of the day. Sometimes the best thing you can do is step back, take a breath, and let the world move at its own pace. That was the quote of the day. Let's get into the video. Alright, so this is just the women's premium live event predictions video. The all women's premium live event, aka Evolution. So I just wanted to do a prediction video for it since, it is an official premium live event. It's an official WWE live event. I was thinking about doing a Saturday main event prediction video as well, but I'm like, I don't think they classify Saturday main event as like an official pay-per-view, an official premium live event. So that's why I didn't do a prediction video. But I also know that we're gonna have, NXT Great American Bash on the same Saturday. So Evolution, Women's Evolution, that premium live event will be on Sunday. Then we're gonna have NXT The Great American Bash on Saturday, as well as main event on Saturday. So it's gonna be a jam-packed weekend. So I wanted to make a lot of videos, but I'm like, that sounds like a lot, and that sounds like too many videos, like bombarding, so I'm like, let me just keep it chill, keep it laid back, and just do like the essentials per se. So I'm gonna make like the Evolution's prediction video. Since it is a official premium live event, I will review Evolution. I won't make a prediction video for NXT's Bash, All American Bash, the Great American Bash. I won't make a prediction video for it, but I will be reviewing it. And Saturday main event, I won't make a prediction video, but I will be reviewing it and, going over that. So that's basically what's going to be happening over the next like 2 days or so, because WWE is throwing a whole bunch of content at us, and it's good. I'm not complaining. But anyhow, though, let's get into predictions video. So we have, I think, about 7 matches overall on the Women's Evolution Premium Live event. So that's pretty cool. We're getting a bunch of matches, and I'm hoping they all seem to be interesting. I'm hoping they're all good. I'm hoping they're all entertaining. So I'm going to go in the order that I think the matches are going to be in. So WWE announced a huge Royal Rumble, like an all-women's Royal Rumble. So they announced a few of the competitors. They didn't announce all the competitors, all the participants. So it's kind of hard to predict who's going to win when you don't know everyone that's going to be in it. But like, I'll just say some of my, the women I'm looking out for, some of the ones that I hope win. Anyhow, though, some of the participants that are already announced for the Battle Royal are Candice LeRae, Julia, Ivy Nile, Izzy Dame down from NXT, Jada Parker from NXT, Kalani Jordan from NXT, Lash Legend from NXT, Lola Vice from NXT, Maxine Dupree from Raw, Natalia from Raw, Nia Jax from SmackDown, Nikki Bella from Raw, Stephanie Vaquer from Raw, Tatum Paxley from NXT, and Zelina Vega from SmackDown. So those are the women that we are aware of that we know are going to be in it definitely, but we don't know if there's like going to be, surprise entrants. There always are surprise entrances for Royal Rumbles and Battle Royals. So that's why I'm like, I don't know who is going to 100% win, but like the women that I want to win at least anyway. So from that whole list, I think the woman or the women that I'm most looking out for is probably Stephanie Vaquer. I feel like she has a good chance of winning. And then Nikki Bella, since she just returned and like there's kind of, a lot of momentum behind her, I think she might have a good chance of winning as well. Nia Jax, I see her being a strong dominant force in the Battle Royal, but I also know they're going to do that whole spot where every woman in the ring gangs up on her and eliminates her, that whole thing. I don't see Chelsea Green winning. Chelsea Green could win. I wouldn't complain, but I don't see Chelsea Green winning. I don't see the Secret Service winning. They're going to be a dominant force, but I don't see them winning. B-Fab, I don't see her winning. Mia Chen or Mia Yim, whatever her name is at this point, I don't see her winning. Candice LeRae, I don't see her winning. Ivy Nile, I don't see her winning. Zelina Vega, I don't see her winning. Julia, I don't see her winning. Natalia, I don't see her winning. There's a whole bunch of women I don't see winning, especially Maxine Dupree. I don't see her winning, and a lot of the NXT women too. They're a big surprise. I'm rooting. Maybe it would be cool if an NXT woman won, because Stephanie Vaquer, she's not on NXT anymore, so she doesn't really count as the NXT women group. But if a woman from NXT did win the Battle Royal overall, I think that would be a good look, and that would actually get a lot of eyes over on NXT. But anyhow, though, like I said, the women I'm looking out for, the women I think have the best chance of winning are Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella, and that's about it, honestly. Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella. I don't know anyone else that I think has a good chance of winning, unless there's like a surprise entrance. And I'm hoping that AJ Lee makes a return, because they were teasing a lot of AJ Lee content on the WWE YouTube channel. So I'm hoping AJ Lee actually comes back. And if AJ Lee comes back, that's my woman to win, AJ Lee. But I don't think she's going to return. I hope so, though. It would be a nostalgia right there, But anyhow, I think, like I said, my 2 top picks are Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer. But the winner of the Battle Royal overall gets to earn a championship match at the premium live event called Clash in Paris, which is pretty cool. So after that, moving on, the second match of the night will be a no holds barred match, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. So this match is anything goes, no disqualification, anything goes. So this is definitely gonna be a good match. Naomi's amazing in the ring. Jade Cargill, she's a powerhouse. I'm sure Naomi can help her, carry the match. Naomi can make her look good, and I'm hoping Jade Cargill could make Naomi look good as well. This should be a good match, and if it's no holds barred, no disqualification, I'm hoping we get weapons and stuff like that, table spots, the normal stuff in a no DQ match. I don't think we're going to get any interferences. I don't foresee any interferences, maybe from Bianca Belair, but I don't know. I wonder if Bianca Belair is going to be in the Battle Royal. Oh, if Bianca Belair is in the Battle Royal, then add her to that list. Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella, and Bianca Belair. If she is in the Battle Royal, I don't know though. Anyhow, for the Naomi versus Jade Cargill no holds barred match, we already saw Naomi versus Jade Cargill, and the first time this happened, Jade Cargill did beat Naomi. I feel like this might end in no, it can't end in disqualification. So if I have to pick an overall winner, I think it would be a good look if Jade Cargill won, because Jade Cargill is, the number one contender. She is the queen of the ring, and she will be facing Tiffany Stratton. So you want to build her up. So I see Jade Cargill potentially defeating Naomi, and this would not damage Naomi at all, in any sense, because she is Miss Money in the Bank. So she still has the briefcase, she still has her opportunity and stuff like that. This would not damage her reputation or anything. I think this would be better to build Jade Cargill. This match would serve better to build Jade Cargill, so she seems like an even bigger threat going on to face Tiffany Stratton. So I predict that Jade Cargill will beat Naomi in the no holds barred match. That's my prediction. After that, though, our third match of the night will be the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match. It will be the Judgment Day team, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, that team, versus the NXT team, Sol Ruka and Zarya, versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Now, this is an interesting match. This, I see a lot of potential, different outcomes, and this match should be a banger, honestly, because all the women in this ring, a lot of them are really good. This should be a banger. So, I'm foreseeing this might honestly sneak up and be match of the night, in all honesty. But Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, I don't see them retaining it, They can retain it, and I'm sure if they do retain it, people wouldn't really complain. But, there's so many other teams in here, so many other interesting outcomes that I don't see them retaining it. Plus, I don't feel like the chemistry between Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez is really there like it should be, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, they click, but for Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, it doesn't seem like it's clicking like that, So I don't see them really retaining it. I feel like it would be a better choice if they did lose it to one of these other teams. So we're eliminating Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. The Judgment Day is not winning. And then looking down the list, the NXT women, Zarya and Sol Ruka, they are already tag team champions, I believe. So are they? I'm pretty sure they are already tag team champions. So I don't see Sol Ruka or Zarya winning since they already have their own titles. So that's out of the question. So it's between Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, and Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I see Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss winning because there is too much star power in that team to pass up this opportunity. That would be that's literally the go-to. That's the only decision. That's the only choice. I predict Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are going to win. And it's going to be a good match. All the teams are going to show up and show out. I already know that. But my overall prediction is that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are going to win the match. And they're going to become your new women's tag team champions. No questions asked. And that should be the only outcome. That should be the only result. And I don't think anybody on this planet, any WWE fans, any wrestling fans would complain about this outcome, Anyhow, though, after this, our fourth match of the night will be the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match. It will be Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. So this match is interesting. If I saw this, I don't know, maybe a few months ago, I'd tell you straight down the middle, dude, this is going to be an absolute banger. This is going to be match of the night, match of the year. But seeing how the rivalry has been built, the booking, the women, their work rate, their in-ring performances at this point, their chemistry, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed overall by this whole feud, but Nonetheless, I know this does still have the potential to be a great match, if not an amazing match, you know? This match will be really good. Becky Lynch is really good in the ring. Bayley's really good in the ring. Lyra Valkyrie is really good in the ring. They're all impressive in the ring. So this match should be great nonetheless. Now, who do I see winning? I'm a big Bayley fan, you know, from the NXT woman Bayley, you know, the NXT newbie to the hugger to the role model, all that. You know, I'm a big Bayley fan. Role model. And a Becky Lynch fan. Like, so in my opinion, I don't mind if either Becky retains or Bayley wins. I'm not that much big of a fan of Lyra Valkyrie. I have no problem against her, but like with the three women in the ring in this match, like if I'm going off favorites, Bayley and Becky are definitely ahead of Lyra Valkyria. And Lyra Valkyria is one of my favorites too, you know, just not on the level of Bayley and Becky. That's all I'm saying. No hate or anything, but like, yeah, I feel like if Bayley won it, I wouldn't complain. If Bayley won the match, I wouldn't complain. If Becky retained, whatever, but I wouldn't complain either. Lyra just had it. She really didn't do much of anything with it. I don't want them to give it back to her like that quickly, just for it to go on and have a terrible reign again. Because the first time around, she didn't do anything. There's no memorable rivalry that comes to mind when I talk about her. You know, like what did she even do with the championship? I don't know. Like, so don't, if you want this championship to truly shine, you put it on a big star. So it's either going to have to be Bayley or Becky. You know, that's what you're going to have to do if you want this championship to look legit, to make it shine. And with that being said, I'm taking Lyra out of the equation. I don't see Lyra winning. So it's between Bayley and Becky. And I feel like the whole feud that's been brewing with Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria, how they don't trust each other now, they don't like each other, you know, they feel like each other are backstabbers. I feel like that's going to play against them, and that's going to cost Bayley the match as well. Emotions might be too high, and Bayley won't be thinking clearly, and I feel like Becky's just going to take advantage of that whole dynamic, that whole feud, that whole, you know, petty rivalry. I feel like Becky is going to, you know, turn it against them and, you know, use it as an opportunity to get the upper hand, and this is going to cause Becky Lynch to retain the Intercontinental Championship. So overall, in the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match, Bayley versus Becky versus Lyra Valkyria, I think Becky Lynch will retain. I think Becky Lynch will retain. That's my overall final answer. Becky Lynch will retain the Intercontinental Championship. And after this, we have our fifth match of the night. It is the NXT Women's Championship match. It will be JC Jane versus Jordani Grace. And JC Jane, for those of you who don't know, she's down at NXT and she is part of a group called Fatal Influence. That group consists of Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix. And Jordani Grace, she used to be in TNA. She used to be known as, well, she's known as Jordan Grace now. She used to be known as Jordani Grace. But she is the Muscle Muffin, you know, JG, the Muscle Muffin Jordani Grace. And if you watch NXT, you get that reference, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, though, the Women's NXT Championship match, JC Jane versus Jordani Grace. I do watch NXT. I do make reviews on NXT, so I'm pretty up to date with, you know, the rivalry, the stars, you know, the whole vibe. And if I'm being honest, I genuinely do wish and hope that Jordan Grace, JG, I hope that JG, the Muscle Muffin, actually wins the Women's NXT Championship. That would be a great moment. That would be amazing. And it's not that JC Jane is a terrible champion or anything. I just feel like Jordani Grace is the bigger star, you know? I feel like she's where it's at. Like her physique, she has the look, she has the in-ring skills, she has the character, like, and giving her the championship is just the right move. It builds the whole brand as a whole, you know, makes the NXT championship look even better. Like imagine it on someone like Jordani Grace, dude, like it would look amazing. So overall, I do genuinely wish and hope that Jordan Grace wins the NXT Women's Championship from JC Jane. The Muscle Muffin will win the NXT Women's Championship, and that's my prediction. Now, on to the main event. The main event that nobody asked for, but will happen, and I'm sure like there's probably two people excited about it. I'm not one of them. I hope it's good. The promos have been atrocious building this thing up. Oh my god. the build up terrible. The promos terrible. The segments awful. Mic skills on these women, whew. Let me not get into it. Anyhow, though, for the main event, it will be the WWE Women's Championship on the line. Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. And there's no questions in my mind. There's no doubt. Tiffany Stratton is definitely retaining. I mean, I feel like it's amazing. It's great. I do love that they are able to get Trish Stratus on the card, you know. And having her in the main event also is just, so respectful. I love that for her. And I feel like it's a great opportunity to showcase her, show some gratitude for everything she's done for the you know, women's, locker room, for the evolution overall, the women's division, all that. I do love that for her. I love that she's in the main event, and I love that she's actually on the pay-per-view overall. And that's a really great thing. I'm happy for her, and it's amazing. No hate from me on that part. The only hate that's coming from me is the mic skills, the promos, and stuff like that. That's the things I will critique. But the woman overall, the character overall, no problem with her. And I'm happy for her. And it would be a crime and a tragedy if she wasn't on this, on this premium live event. So I'm happy she is on it and in the main event at that. That's amazing. I love everything about, the whole women's evolution, stuff like that. I feel like it's a great card. I feel like it's a great premium live event to showcase all the women because, they've come a long way, and the women are like, most of the time they're showing out even more than the men. They're having matches of the year left and right, honestly. So I feel like this is a good choice. The timing might be a little bit, controversial with what's going on with AEW and stuff like that. But besides that, I feel like it's a great thing overall. And I am really happy for the women. And I'm here for all this. I support it, 100%. But anyhow, though, in this main event, there's not a doubt in my mind. It will probably be a solid match. Probably not anything amazing, anything like shocking, not, whatever, but it's going to be solid nonetheless. Nothing, no match for the year contender over here, but it will definitely still be a match. Anyhow, though, enough rambling. I do predict that Tiffany Stratton will retain because we already know it's going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill at SummerSlam. So we already know that match is in the works. So there's no way Tiffany Stratton is losing here. I feel like they may tease a Naomi cash in, but it won't be successful. But yeah, I predict that Tiffany Stratton will retain. She will beat Trish Stratus, but I am happy Trish Stratus is in the main event. It's an amazing opportunity, and I love that for her. And I love this whole, premium live event overall, the whole vibe, the whole meaning behind it. It's amazing. Oh, wait, there is one more match. I almost forgot. The last match, the true main event, will be Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. I think that's the ultimate overall main event. It will be Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. I forgot about this match, my bad. So, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. They have this whole story brewing where that Io Sky has always beaten Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley has never been able to beat Io Sky. Even down at NXT, they've, faced each other countless times. Never once has Rhea Ripley ever been able to beat Io Sky. So, overall, with that being in mind, and the fact that they had Io Sky have the championship, and this is literally her first defense since WrestleMania. She hasn't defended once since WrestleMania, which is crazy. How talented Io Sky is in the ring, dude. Like, best women's competitor in the ring at the moment. Like, no debate, no questions about it. In the WWE, in the WWE right now. I don't want to offend anyone, Io Sky is the best in-ring performer, best women's in-ring performer in the WWE right now. Let me specify so I don't offend anyone. But yeah, so with that being said, it's criminal not having her, fight at all on Raw. None of the, premium live events that pass, that have happened already. Like, dude, that's criminal. That's crazy. How good she is in the ring. Come on. You can book a rivalry for her, like no storylines. That's insane. But I feel like with how over Rhea Ripley is and how much they've been pushing her to the moon and back. There's if Io Sky does win, like where does she go from here? She was already not defending it, she was already not showing up. They aren't writing stories for her to show up. So there's no point in having her retain it or keep it. So I feel like this is like where the story between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley ends, and Rhea Ripley will finally be able to beat Io Sky, and that's gonna be the big shocking moment, Rhea Ripley finally beats Io Sky and she retains her women's championship. She gets back the title she never lost, blah, 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 that whole spill. I do predict that Io Sky will lose. Rhea Ripley will win the women's world championship from Io Sky. Rhea Ripley will dethrone Io Sky. That is my final prediction. But this will be a good match. Don't get it wrong. This will definitely be a good match. This will be an amazing match. Io Sky is exceptional in the ring. Rhea Ripley, she can get in the ring. But Io Sky, exceptional in the ring. I'm kidding though. Rhea Ripley's also really good in the ring. I'm just joking around. But anyhow, though, I do predict that Rhea Ripley will win and dethrone Io Sky. I feel like that's the direction WWE is going to go with this. But anyhow, though, that is your whole women's premium live event, your whole Evolution match card. Yeah, that was my thoughts, my opinions, my comments, That's what I think is going to happen. These are my predictions. But anyhow, though, thank you for showing up. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to. And like, comment, and subscribe if you choose to. As always, it's been a pleasure. I'm out.